Imagine boosting your English skills just by getting lost in a magical world of stories. Welcome to Fairy Tales Academy. We guide you step by step, from listening and vocabulary all the way to critical thinking. Forget boring textbooks. Here, you learn through beautiful designs and intuitive quizzes that make the language stick. Ready to explore the story? Listen carefully and let's start the adventure.
Long ago, in a distant kingdom, a kind queen wished for a child with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. Her wish came true with the birth of a beautiful daughter named Snow White. Tragically, the good queen passed away shortly after. The king, needing a new wife, soon remarried a stunningly beautiful but incredibly vain woman. The new queen possessed a magical mirror. Every morning she would ask it, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror always replied that she was the most beautiful, which pleased her immensely. But as Snow White grew, her beauty blossomed, becoming more radiant each day. The queen's heart filled with a dark and bitter jealousy, watching the young princess. One morning, the wicked queen approached her magical mirror with the usual question. However, this time the mirror's answer was different. "Queen, you are lovely, it is true, but Snow White is now 1,000 times fairer than you." The queen's face twisted with uncontrollable rage. Her deep-seated jealousy transformed into a deadly hatred. She immediately summoned a loyal huntsman and gave him a terrible command. The huntsman led the unsuspecting princess deep into the woods. As he drew his sharp dagger, Snow White fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face, and pleaded for her life. The huntsman's heart was filled with pity. He could not harm the innocent girl. He told her to run far away and never return. To deceive the queen, he killed a young boar and took its heart instead. Snow White fled for hours, plunging deeper into the vast, dark forest, not daring to look back. Her heart pounded with terror as sharp thorns tore at her beautiful dress and scratched her skin. Every shadow seemed to hold a monster, and every rustle of leaves made her jump in fear. Tears streamed down her face as she stumbled over tangled roots and pushed through dense undergrowth. Just as she was about to collapse from utter exhaustion, a faint light flickered through the trees. She stumbled towards it and discovered a tiny, charming cottage with welcoming smoke curling from its chimney. Hope surged through her weary body. She knocked gently on the small wooden door, but there was no answer. Desperate for shelter from the cold and darkness, she cautiously pushed it open. Inside, Snow White found a small table set with 7 tiny plates and 7 tiny cups. Everything was perfectly neat. Upstairs, she discovered 7 little beds all in a row. Completely exhausted from her tiring escape, she was too tired to stay awake any longer. She lay down on one of the beds and immediately fell into a deep, dreamless sleep, finally safe from the forest. Later that evening, the owners returned from mining in the mountains. They were the 7 dwarfs. They were astonished to find the beautiful girl asleep in their house and gathered around quietly, admiring her radiant face. When Snow White awoke, she was startled, but they kindly introduced themselves. After hearing her terrible story, they felt great pity and offered her shelter and protection. Back at the castle, the wicked queen felt triumphant, believing the huntsman had succeeded. She confidently approached her magical mirror, asking her usual question. To her absolute horror and disbelief, the mirror revealed the truth. "Queen, you are lovely here, but Snow White, living far over the hills with the 7 dwarfs, is still 1,000 times fairer than you." The queen's face twisted with unimaginable fury. Her jealousy burned hotter than ever before, consuming her completely. She shrieked, "The huntsman tricked me, but she will not escape me again." Determined to finish the job herself, the queen went to a secret chamber. There, she disguised herself as a poor old peddler selling colorful ribbons and laces. She carefully crafted a beautiful corset lace, secretly coating it with a fast-acting poison. The furious queen, undeterred by her first failure, devised a new plan. She created a magnificent comb, its teeth coated with a more potent poison. Disguising herself as a different old woman, she traveled back to the dwarf's cottage. Snow White, who had been strictly warned not to open the door to anyone, saw the beautiful comb through the window. The peddler's wares were too tempting. Forgetting the dwarf's advice, she unbolted the door. The disguised queen smiled cruelly and offered to style Snow White's dark hair with the sparkling comb. The moment the poisoned teeth touched her scalp, Snow White collapsed to the floor, appearing lifeless. Fortunately, the dwarfs returned from the mines early that evening. They quickly found the wicked comb, pulled it from her hair, and watched as she slowly revived. The wicked queen, consumed by an infernal rage after her second failure, knew her next attempt had to be final. In her secret chamber, she crafted her most devious creation, a beautiful, flawless apple. One half was a vibrant, juicy red, while the other, seemingly identical, was laced with a powerful sleeping poison that mimicked death. Disguising herself as a humble peasant woman, she set off for the cottage. Snow White, despite the dwarfs' repeated warnings, saw the kindly old woman offering the delicious-looking fruit. To prove it was safe, the queen took a bite from the harmless white side. Convinced, Snow White eagerly accepted the apple and bit into the poisoned red half. Instantly, the poison took effect, and she fell to the floor in a deep, death-like slumber, silent and completely motionless. The 7 dwarfs were completely heartbroken. They tried everything they could think of to wake Snow White, but she remained perfectly still, her chest barely rising with shallow breaths. They knew she wasn't truly dead, but trapped in a deep, enchanted sleep. Unable to bring themselves to bury her beautiful form in the cold, dark earth, they decided to create something special to honor her. They built a magnificent coffin made entirely of clear glass, so they could always see her peaceful face. On the lid, they inscribed her name in golden letters. They carried the coffin to the top of a nearby mountain, and all the forest animals came to mourn with them. The dwarfs kept a constant vigil, their hearts heavy with sorrow, never leaving her side. One day, a handsome prince rode through the forest and discovered the glass coffin on the mountain. He was immediately captivated by Snow White's breathtaking beauty, having never seen anyone so lovely. The dwarfs, with heavy hearts, recounted her sad story. The prince, deeply moved by her plight and his growing affection, begged them to let him take the coffin to his castle, promising to guard her forever. Seeing his sincere love, the dwarfs reluctantly agreed. As his servants carried the heavy glass coffin down the mountain path, one of them stumbled over a large tree root. The sudden jolt dislodged the piece of poisoned apple from Snow White's throat. She coughed, her eyes fluttered open, and she sat up, alive. The overjoyed prince knelt beside her, asking for her hand in marriage. Snow White and the prince, now deeply in love, began planning their magnificent royal wedding. Joy and excitement filled the entire castle as invitations were sent to every corner of the kingdom. The wicked queen, still believing Snow White was dead, heard rumors of the grand celebration. Her magic mirror, when asked, finally revealed the horrifying truth. "Queen, you are lovely, but Princess Snow White is now fairer than you." Enraged and consumed by jealousy, the queen decided to attend the wedding, planning one last evil act. However, upon seeing Snow White alive and more radiant than ever, her fury consumed her. She was immediately recognized by the royal guards. For her many wicked deeds, she was forced to wear red-hot iron shoes and dance in agony until she died. Snow White and her prince lived happily ever after.
If you are enjoying this story, help us create more by subscribing to the Academy. Ready to test your comprehension? Let's begin the quiz. And remember, you can pause the video anytime to think before the correct answer appears.
What does tragically mean? What does immensely mean? The Queen. Herself as a peddler. Her jealousy was her completely. Match the words to their meanings. The king remarried a kind and humble woman? What did the huntsman bring back? Snow White fled for hours, plunging into the forest. The dwarfs worked mining in the match the character to their role. The queen always knew Snow White was alive. What was the queen's second disguise? The enchanted apple caused Snow White's death-like. Match the poisoned item to its effect. Order these events from the story. Why was the queen so jealous of Snow White? What ultimately caused the queen's downfall? The huntsman's refusal to harm Snow White showed his Snow White opening the door showed her match the character to their trait or action.
And that's it! You did it! You've successfully explored the magical world of Fairy Tales Academy! You flexed your listening skills, boosted your vocabulary, tested your comprehension, unraveled the story plot, and sharpened your critical thinking. We really hope you loved this magical learning adventure. But the story doesn't end here. If you enjoyed diving into the story you have chosen, then be sure to subscribe to Fairy Tales Academy and hit that notification bell, because the story ahead is too exciting to miss. Subscribing ensures you'll be the first to know when a new story is unlocked.